Hello, I am Stardust Saber 64, and today we are going to be playing the Mercury circuit with Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles is of the Sonic universe, and he was originally introduced in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for the Sega Genesis in 1994. In my opinion, combined with the Sonic and Knuckles game, that is arguably the best 2D Sonic game, at least during the Genesis era. Anyways, when you do a circuit, you have the ability to either accept or deny a challenge, or I should say, don't accept a challenge. And basically, if you accept a challenge and you get places 1 through 3, you will end up getting double the amount of points you normally would have gotten. Meaning, say, if I were to get first place in this, normally I would get 10 if I didn't accept the challenge. But if I did accept, then I would get 20. But if your ranking is below 3rd place and you accept a challenge, you get no points. So choose wisely. I am going to deny the challenge because I'm going to save it for an event I'm actually pretty good at, especially with a power type. Anyways, this is the 100 meter. Basically, shake the Wii Remote and Nunchuck if you have it attached rapidly to keep yourself going as fast as you can. And I seem to have set a record.
New Olympic record!
Right. I didn't beat the world record, but hey, I'll do that later on. So yeah, by winning that challenge, I got 10 points. Yay!
Emblem awarded!
You get this for getting your first Olympic record beaten. And this next emblem, you get by getting that successful start dash in the 100 meter, meaning you see all those sparkles fly off behind you as you run along. It's not that hard to get, but the event is kind of glitchy if you ask me. Poorly tested compared to the other track events.
First try. Go!
This event is also kind of tricky. Basically, bring yourself up to full speed and... yeah. Bring yourself up to full speed and shake the Wii Remote up as you get close to the line. Though, if you shake it too hard or too soft, then you're not going to make much distance.
Second try. Go!
If you ask me, this is one of the toughest events to do, one of my weakest, but I still kind of like it. Whoa, did I... oh, thank God. If you go over that green line, you're going to get a foul, meaning your score won't count for that round. There are 3 rounds, and I was lucky enough to get a great, which got me over 9 meters forward, automatically giving me the world record. To get first place in this, you basically have to go the furthest distance. Anyone who watches the Olympics should already know this, however, so yeah. So yeah, you know how this event works. Pretty simple, right? And no matter how good your score is, if it's below your highest score, your character will be disappointed.
New world record!
And so we are going to get another emblem for getting a world record. Guess what it is?
Emblem awarded!
And now for the Mercury Circuit's final round, which I will be accepting my challenge on. One thing I should mention about accepting challenges, you can only do it once per circuit, so choose the event wisely. Make it the one you're best at that's in the circuit. So yeah, this is how the hammer throw works. Basically, swing the Wii Remote around in circles as much as you can to build up power. And the more power you build up and actually throw it down in between those 2 white lines you see on the ground, the better the distance you're gonna get. And also, in case you're wondering, when you press A just as you throw the hammer, you can make your character do a shout, which, if you ask me, actually does heavily affect the distance your hammer goes, to the point where it goes a lot further than it would if you didn't shout. And it seems essential to getting high scores, if you ask me. So yeah, that was pretty easy, right?
New Olympic record.
Good thing I chose to accept the challenge there. So yeah, Knuckles is a pretty decent character, if you ask me. Not too bad. Seems like the most balanced of power types. You don't get anything if you get below first, but if you get first, then you get a simple trophy. The most basic of them, and it's kind of depressing, actually. Well, maybe not depressing, but just a little lame. Especially compared to some of the trophies later on, which have gems in them. Ooh. So yeah, for completing the Mercury circuit, you really don't get anything for a while. And yeah, guess we're gonna be moving on to Bowser now. He has max power and near max stamina. Bowser originated in the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES in, I believe it was 1985, at least for America. And he is notable for being considered one of the best, if not the best video game villain there is. If you ask me, he's Nintendo's second best villain they've created, behind the main villain of Legend of Zelda, Ganondorf. But anyways, that's besides the point. This is the 110-meter hurdle. It's a tough event, at least in terms of trying to get it perfect. You jump hurdles. That's it. You press the B button to jump over them, and if you jump in it with certain timing, then you can actually get a little speed boost out of it. Okay, Shadow accepted a challenge and got second, meaning he has more points than me, even though he got second and I got first. That's kind of weird. And now we have Skeet. This could be a little interesting. You're probably going to want a skill type for this event. And a speed type for 3 of the... God, I hate this part. Okay, I got an okay on that one, so... Let's see. So as you can see, the goal of this event is to try and shoot all those clay shots that you see coming out of these hatches over there. What you're going to want to try and do before the shooting section is try and get that cursor thing as close to the middle of that heart symbol as possible.
Station 3.
Gotcha. If you get it close enough to the center, then you'll actually get a boost in the cursor size, meaning more room for error. Fortunately, my Wii Remote doesn't seem to be agreeing with me right now due to the placement of the camera and the table it is on top of. Yes, that sounds stupid, I know, but hey, I have to improvise. Anyways, this event can be a little tricky. Please don't start doing this to me. Okay, got 4. That's somewhat decent. If you get in the blue section in the thing, then you're gonna get a notably smaller cursor which can seriously mess you up. And that perfect symbol appears if you make every single shot hit. You can actually get an emblem by getting a perfect score on Skeet, which is really difficult to do. And if you're gonna try and go for that event, I think I'd recommend a skill type. And maybe a little help if your hand is really shaky. Oh, God. And that's what happens if you get bad. Look how small that cursor is if you can even see it. That kinda sucked.
Station 8.
Gonna have to beat Eggman's score to get perfect on this. That'll help. Alright, oh, come on. Stupid Wii remote. And I'm probably gonna get second. Whoa, 31. For beginner's class, you wouldn't expect computers to get that much, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's how that works. 1 point behind Shadow. That's just stupid. And the Javelin Throw, the final round of the Venus Circuit. I recommend a nunchuck for any event that will allow you to use it. And Javelin is pretty power type, so Bowser can hopefully make good use of this. Nope, threw too hard. I really think that the flicking the Wii remote thing is really sensitive in this event, so you gotta be pretty careful with this one. See what I mean? I barely threw that, and yet, well, I flicked my Wii remote very softly, and as a result, it got a much better distance, and even a greats rating. Good enough that landed me in first, for now. And let's see, does this get me, that's pretty good. It's not Olympic record material, but yeah. Javelin throw is basically just running up and seeing how far you can throw the javelin, but you gotta be careful, because if you go over the foul line even after you throw the javelin, then, well, you're gonna get a foul, obviously, and your score won't count for that round. So, yay, I won! I beat Eggman and Shadow.
Unbelievable. These are only games. Trophy awarded.
Bowser seems pleased. See, the trophies get less and less generic as you go further along with them. Because that actually looks pretty cool. So let me just select my circuit and we will be right back. Goodbye.